From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's the week of Friday, November 17th, 2017, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and this week's episode is brought to you by Operation Christmas Child. Hey, everyone, this is the week. It's time to pack an Operation Christmas Child shoebox. By packing a shoebox full of simple gifts, you can share the good news and joy of Christ with a child in need this Christmas season. Since 1993, Operation Christmas Child has delivered more than 146 million shoebox gifts to children in more than 160 countries and territories. And this year, Operation Christmas Child hopes to collect enough shoeboxes to reach another 12 million children. Hey, anyone can do this. Individuals, families, churches, students, groups. And during National Collection Week, which is going on right now, November 13th through 20th, shoeboxes will be collected at nearly 5,000 drop-off locations across the U.S. You can visit SamaritansPurse.org/OCC to find a drop-off location near you. You can also donate $9 online per shoebox and receive a Follow Your Box tracking label to discover its destination. You should go do it, SamaritansPurse.org/OCC. It's kicking off the holiday season, helping your family remember that it's about others, not about them. My son and I actually did it this past weekend, Cohen. And it was very sweet. We went shopping and, he picked out all the stuff for it, whatever. But then when we got back to the house, I was reading, make sure they were doing it right. And it was you need to add a note to the child who will receive it, and then a picture of yourself, And so Cohen wanted to write the notes. And so he wrote hey, sup, Merry Christmas, sup, just kind of kid talk, whatever. Yeah. And then the last one, I could tell he was thinking a little more about it. And then he didn't want me to see it. And I looked in the shoebox later, and he wrote a note. It's a Merry Christmas, and he opened it, and it said, "Jesus will help you in this tough life. Love, Cohen."
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. My gosh. Mel, you're hot.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Cohen was kind of writing to us, wasn't he?
Jesus will help you in this tough life.
Jeez, Cohen.
I'm like, good Lord, wow. He's 8. Anyway, I don't know if I can send that one, but,
I mean, put it up. Bring it into the studio.
I don't know. All the other ones were fun and light and Merry Christmas. And then this one was he was really thinking about, the kid needing, having a tough life, and that's Jesus will help him. All right. I think it's sweet too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, SamaritansPurse.org/OCC. Well, like I said, I'm your host, Cameron. Here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz.
Nathan, is it okay for me to talk now? I got some feedback. Continue on. I got some feedback from New Chandler.
The feedback was to not do exactly what you're doing right now.
Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
Not on the mic, Nathan, Chandler's boss, who is now giving notes to everybody.
Oh, here's a little pre-show conversation about how to do your slice better. Whatever, man. I'm a podcast professional. You don't know me. Move on.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello.
And joining us from Long Beach, California, Propaganda.
West, because I can't say West anymore because I have to cut down my intro.
Yeah, Nathan. All of a sudden, Prop's talking too much. We just took the soul out of the show. Continue on.
We have a great show in store for you today. Speaking of West Coast, pastor and author Chad Veach joins us on the show today.
Yeah.
Yay.
And after that, we have a game. All it says in my notes is Rotten Tomato, Rotten Tomato. That's all it says.
And I got to give credit. Usually I am the quiz master that writes these. I outsourced this one this week to our very own Tyler Huckabee, who supplied me with a fantastic game that I'm really excited to play. But I told him, look, I'm hosting this thing, but I'll give you credit. I'll give you the proverbial hat tip. Thank you, friend. and that way, if the game isn't funny, no one can blame me.
Oh yeah, no.
For those of you who follow us on Twitter, we record this on Wednesday, so we just tweeted out hey, if you want to be on the game, and you guys have been sliding into our DMs all morning.
Oh,
and a bunch of listeners are going to be on the show today.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love meeting new people.
Yeah,
I do. I like this.
You're an introvert. You don't like meeting new people. You don't like small talk.
No, you don't like to meet a lot of new people at the same time.
Right. At the 10-year thing, when everybody, that overwhelmed me. But one at a time on a Skype line, that's a lovely flow of new friendships.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do one at a time.
See, I don't like small talk. I don't like chit chat.
No, I understand, but I also don't either, which is why we go deep pretty quickly. But I like also with the podcast,
Yeah, you make it uncomfortable.
So many people.
Yeah, that's the thing. I love chit chat. Like chit chat's my thing. Like I don't know that most conversations I have go beyond what some people would say chit chat, but I think chit chat is a lost art. Like the rapport, the rat-a-tat. Like that's the entertaining part. You know, I throw something out there, they say something funny back, and all of a sudden we're in like a sitcom dialogue. That's a real art form. But that if you just skip
that's not
it
normal
like Eddie,
chit chat with new people. That's your friends.
No, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised once you try to bait someone into that.
Oh, that
where
kind
they
of
can
idle
go.
chit chat is just nothing. It's just noise pollution. It doesn't mean anything. I like real, let's get to something substantive. But with this show, so many people listen to it that it turns into like a nebulous nothing. I like to have actual human beings that I can put out. Like I think of Kiki sometimes, like that's a real person.
Yeah.
I'm a little more in the Larry David's, Seinfeldian camp.
You
like,
really are.
See, I like making it uncomfortably awkward and deep immediately upon meeting new people.
Yeah. Let's hear your sin journey.
Well, no. Like, okay, so a case in point, and then you become like good friends.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was at the baggage claim in Vancouver.
Yeah.
By myself. And Shauna Nequist comes up and introduces herself.
Love her.
She's like, hey, I'm Shauna. Oh, yeah, nice to meet you. We were out there for the same trip.
That's right.
And she goes, how are you doing? And first time I ever met her. I go, I'm going through a divorce right now. And she goes, okay, it's going to be that kind of weekend.
Yeah.
And we were fast and furious friends after that. There you go.
You got to.
Yeah, I met you the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
You came to a show and you're like, my wife left today. I was like, oh,
yeah, literally
word?
that day she moved out.
It's a pretty fun.
I love you now. And what did I say? We are going to be best friends.
As I was saying, like, let's just cut through all the chit chat and the rat-a-tat and let's get to the real deal and see, let's expose
But that's the thing. The rat-a-tat is the real deal. Like, that's how I not everything. Look. I know
Nathan
what's going on in my real life.
Right
it's not like I'm hiding these things away. But I'd like to have interesting, fun conversations about things that aren't things that I think about all day anyway.
But like when you get to the core of like just as a juxtaposition here, right? Like getting to the core of you or prop, like in there's deep stuff. There's like things to talk
so
about.
you're saying so
This
Jesse's
is Jesse's
nugget,
core.
Jesse's core.
It's just like one of those
rat-a-tat.
it's one of those circus monkeys playing the cymbals. That's all. Like once you get deep down in it, that's all he's got.
Hey, you know what? When I first got invited to be a part of this and I had to have a conversation with Jesse, I was actually like geared up for something just to riff and just be real funny. And then he got on and he was like, professional Jesse. And I was so weird.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, when you listen to his sports show,
I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, it's sports show Jesse.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm really trying.
So what you're saying is we don't know the real Jesse. I see work Jesse. This is show Jesse. Like, and then there's sports Jesse. Who's the real Jesse?
Now
That's the thing. That's the thing, man. It's a moving target. That's why the rat-a-tat is so fun because you don't know what you're going to get. One minute you're talking about a cool movie you saw. The other one, the next minute you're talking about what animal tail would be cool to have. I'm exploring. Okay, you guys are. The problem is like, you might quote unquote know someone, but you're exploring. Like if you had a map of their mind,
right.
You guys are like in one little quadrant. Okay, I'm going the full spectrum. I'm throwing thought experiments. We're talking sports. We're talking movies.
Yeah.
I might throw something deep in there. Probably not, but I might. I'm trying to get the whole person, not just their quote unquote emotional core.
I'd like to share a story about Jesse because you're talking about the first time you meet people.
Yeah.
Like Jesse and I, for 9 months had been on the show together.
Yeah, never met in person.
And so we both get like a version of each other.
Was this the one where you saw him and you were taken aback at how tall he was?
Right. Well, there's always that. Every time I see him.
Yeah.
So tall, so handsome. But like in real life, I'm a little quieter. I'm not as like
that's true.
Punchy, edgy, right? In real life, I was wondering what to expect from Jesse. And so we met and we're getting food in a line together. And for 15 minutes, he talked about YouTube videos he'd seen. And I realized, I see. That's the real guy.
The first time you met, you're talking about YouTube videos.
That's the first time we met. He talked about YouTube videos.
You and my 8-year-old would have a lot in common. So.
Yeah.
Well, hey, like I said, I know Eddie in a way that no other person does. Thanks to conversations like that. I'm not afraid to say it.
Right, the rat-a-tat.
Oh,
You know,
man.
it's the lost art, man. Like if we're in this area where people are doing enneagrams and
That's right.
IJFINs or whatever. They're getting numbers and acronyms and they're really self-analyzing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's got its place. Sometimes I just want to know what the deal is with Velcro and why more clothes aren't Velcro based, and I want to get your take on it. Excuse me. They're more convenient than buttons, and it makes no sense they're not on everything. Like, no one's having those conversations. They've been ignored for the heavy stuff, right? I mean, like, you give ourselves a break here. Let's talk about something that get the gears turning at a different speed. That's all I'm saying, Eddie. That's all I'm saying. I don't apologize for that.
To quote Father Cohen, I am sorry for your hard life, Jesse.
No, Jesus will help you in your hard life, Jesse.
Yeah,
I've actually quoted that about 3 or 4 times this week.
It's actually a really crushingly
Cohen with the
sweet.
best line ever.
Jesus will help you in this tough life.
It really is like.
And I found out later the reason why he didn't want me to see it, right? He was a little embarrassed. It wasn't the sentiment. It was just he got insecure. He didn't think he spelled tough right.
I get that. It's a tough word.
Yeah.
There's no place for that
Really
GH.
Yeah. Right.
There's just no reason.
He threw the GH in there, but there was also an F, and he just knew it wasn't right, and he didn't want me to see it.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, Daddy owns a magazine. He's pretty critical of that stuff.
but here's the thing, Cameron. If you were more open to these type of conversations that I'm having, the what's the deal with the GH thing, that happens early on when you get in these and you start thinking about stuff, and you stop thinking about like all the world's problems and what's going on in quote unquote real life, and you're like, dude, that GH thing makes no sense. What kind of sociopath made the spelling of tough that's going to trip up kids? If you had that level of relationship, this would have come up long ago. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying.
All right, it's time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's time for
In Case You Missed It.
Hey, in case you missed it, this week, Jimmy Fallon delivered a really moving tribute to his mom, who passed away earlier this month. On Monday night, the Tonight Show host returned to the show for the first time since his mother, Gloria, passed away on November 4th. In a short but moving tribute to her, he reminded audiences of why he does comedy for a living. Here's a clip.
Guys, as some of you know, my mother Gloria passed away recently, and I canceled our shows last week to be with my family and make arrangements. She was the best audience. She was the one I was always trying to make laugh, and she was such a fan of the show and everything I did. When we were little, my mom would walk us to the store, me and my sister, and we would hold hands, and she would squeeze my hand 3 times and say, "I love you." And I would squeeze back, "I love you too." And last week I was in the hospital at her side and I grabbed her hand and I squeezed, "I love you." And I just knew we were in trouble, But I feel so grateful to be able to do this every single night, and I'm very appreciative of all the support from all of you that my family received over the past week. We're going to continue to work really hard to bring some light and some laughter into the world. Thank you for watching. Thank you for helping me and my family recover from this loss. Mom, I'll never stop trying to make you laugh. I love you. More to us.
Very sweet. It was actually, I was a little moved by it, but also like his response to, I guess Taylor Swift came on and surprised him and sang like a New Year's Eve is the name of the song. And I guess maybe it was the original line or she put in a line that had some connection to his mom, and like it was very sweet because she like finishes the song and you expect Jimmy to just come out and be like Taylor Swift and show the record, and she turns around and you can just her whole vibe changes and you can tell like she sees him weeping and she like runs over to him, holds on to him, and you can hear off mic him saying like crying, saying like that meant a lot, thank you, but he's like looking away from the camera and he takes like a big breath in and turns to the camera and then does this thing. So like he was trying to hide it, but you could just tell he was really moved. It was very it's got to feel weird to emote like that in front of everyone. And Jesse, I got to imagine
that's what I usually do when I meet people for the first time.
Yeah. They're like, let me tell you about the most significant death of my life.
Yeah, but there is something it is like moving to see someone who is like trying not to cry, maybe like doesn't show that side of themselves, especially on TV. And it happens a lot with these late night hosts lately, but it's like,
it's very humanizing.
I don't know how to react. I get a little physically uncomfortable, but I think it's,
you don't know how to react.
You don't know how to react to somebody having genuine emotion.
Just cry if you feel cry. If you feel tears, it's okay.
And if you don't feel tears, don't do anything.
It's like the Seinfeld thing. It's like I touch my cheek and I'm like, what is this salty discharge coming out of my eyes?
He is. He's just like a caveman. What mean cry? I no feel.
Hey, in case you missed it this week, pop star Tori Kelly recorded an incredible cover of Hillsong United's So Will I 100 Billion X. The Grammy-nominated artist teamed up with the Bible app YouVersion to create a special worship Bible study plan. And as part of the video series, she recorded her own version of the worship anthem. Here's a clip.
If the wind goes away, you send it, so will I. If the rocks cry out in silence, so will I. If the sum of all our praises still falls shy, then we'll sing again 100 billion times.
I liked the idea that she was partnering with YouVersion, but they were also like the musicians. So it was all like the YouVersion engineers were also playing the instruments on it. That's what the partnership looked like. Does anybody understand what I'm saying right now?
That was a real thing. A swing and a miss, Eddie. Strike one.
Hey, I'd like you to keep it in. I don't care if it wasn't funny.
They can't all be winners.
I was at church once in LA, and they did that whole 2 minutes turn around, meet the people around you, and Tori Kelly was sitting next to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. Like, I know who this is.
You ever played with the YouVersion band? He should have asked her that.
Yeah, I hear those YouVersion engineers are some wicked awesome musicians.
It's starting to get steamy. You understand what I was saying?
Yeah, I got you.
No, I got it. I got it. I just
wasn't funny.
She is genuinely a wonderful human being.
Yeah, I picked that up. Like, just totally sincere and just like loves the Lord. And
what was
happens
your?
To be a massive
she
pop
would
star.
like. She's so nice. She would have given Eddie a courtesy laugh there.
Yeah. What was your opener with her?
Hi. Hello. I mean, what do you do during the shake your hand moments? You just say.
I know what I do. Is
Did you say hi? Let me tell you about the most significant death in my life.
Yeah, that's right. right. That's right.
Let me make you very uncomfortable. Or. When's the last time you had a piece of clothing with Velcro? Why is that a thing? You know, I mean, that probably.
I'm not going to talk to a girl about her clothing. That's the first time I meet her.
Well, unless she has Velcro shoes on, and then you've got a civic duty.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, ask the next girl you meet if you would rather introduce yourself and talk about Velcro or someone's mom who died, and see what they tell you. Because I have a feeling they're not going to go with the mom death.
This is again why we need a female on the show.
This is a real wild start to things.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. Hey, in case you missed it, Uber released a new look at its prototype flying cars this week.
This is so.
If you call
rad.
an Uber in LA in 2020, there's a chance your car could be taking flight. The company announced today that LA would join Dallas and Dubai as major cities that are currently working with the ride-sharing company for a project they're calling Uber Air. Their engineers are also working with NASA to create a new kind of traffic control system to manage the low-flying aircraft, which might even be autonomous, like Jetson style. Because the small aircraft will be able to avoid traffic jams and take more direct routes, their goal is to dramatically cut down on travel time, that using this service will eventually be cheaper than owning a car in some major cities.
So it's a cool idea. You think it's going to happen?
Yeah, of course. It's inevitable.
I know, but
2020 is soon.
But it's been inevitable since the Jetsons.
Yeah, but it's just been an issue of the things like they need the traffic control systems and they need to have like massive systems worked out. There needs to be the reliability of the autonomy, and the technology needs to be affordable enough. And we're getting there finally. We're getting that critical mass of all of it's coming together because tech and costs are all aligning.
Prop, you seemed excited about it.
I'm totally excited about it because one, I make the drive to LAX all the time, and I think about the fact that like it's literally a diagonal from my house. It could probably take me 10 minutes. This is ridiculous. But I think what the Jetsons didn't calculate for, like in the Jetsons and Back to the Future Part 2, which is what I think about when I see these things, those were like personal vehicles, which meant that every human has to learn how to fly. What this does is says, I don't have to have a pilot's license. I can hail it. And I'm like, that was the missing piece to me, was that, okay, now it's autonomous. So that means I don't have to learn how to fly. So I'm like, oh, it's just Oh, it's perfect.
Well, I don't know if you guys watched the video demo that they released with this. It was like a CGI demo. The only awkward thing is the inside of these, of kind of their mock-up, the early version of these aircraft. They have like a circular seating arrangement. It's not like everyone's facing forward like an airplane. It's like you're sitting on a circular couch and everyone has a window. But the reason that I think that's awkward is you're just sitting there staring at people the whole flight. Like, if you're sitting forward, you're just looking straight ahead at another person. Like,
that's why I never understood old timey train travel, where you would go in a little berth like with strangers and like you're staring at them.
But I don't understand, Jesse. Isn't that your dream? Don't you just sit down on the plane and go like
rat-a-tat?
Yeah, like why isn't it TOUF?
Dude, it's a captive audience.
It is a captive audience, but the thing on an airplane is like you're both like you can choose to look away because inevitably when you're a master rat-a-tat like I am, sometimes you just stump people. Sometimes people just can't keep up, and that's when you kind of take a deep breath and you pull out the magazine, or you pull out you're both looking ahead and you just kind of you got to observe the natural pauses. If that happens and I'm looking straight at somebody, we're just locked eyes, and it's not going to break until I break into another rat-a-tat. It's a design flaw.
Don't you think you'll be looking out the window? You will be flying in an autonomous vehicle. Like, I would be watching where we're going.
Yeah.
Bro, headphones and hoodies. It's easy.
Yes.
All you put your headphones in, pull your hood up.
Yep.
Right,
I just think it's a design. I just don't think you should be staring face to face with someone. That's all. I mean, you don't know how long that flight's going to be,
All right. Hey, in case you missed it, Amazon is making a Lord of the Rings prequel television series. The streaming content provider has announced a multi-season commitment to explore new storylines preceding J.R.R. Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring. However, considering they've already made it nearly 8 hours of movies based on The Hobbit, it's not totally clear what the source material will be. The deal is massive. Amazon paid $250 million for the rights, which doesn't include $1 of production budget or marketing or whatever. They will be more than $500 million in before 1 minute of footage is aired. The deal doesn't cover the Silmarillion, a collection of Middle-earth stories published after Tolkien's death, but it's the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
But what's so weird about this is like there's nothing more to explore. There's like 20 hours of these movies that are out there.
I've never read them. I don't know. But when I was hearing the coverage of this, they were talking about how much backstory there is to explore before the first book hits. I mean, there's so many side stories. Like it's the Star Wars universe. It's like infinite.
Well, will they make up new stuff that doesn't like that?
Well, that's the thing. They're going to have to. There are backstories, but they're not written. They're not. Right. There's no source material for this. There's just the idea.
Fan fiction.
It's fan fiction, right?
Oh, I would love it to be actually made of fan fiction. Just like, have you ever read any like fan fiction?
The only fan fiction I've read is Minecraft fan fiction that Cohen bought at Barnes & Noble and we read as a bedtime story.
Oh no!
It's nerd level deep, but hey, he likes it. So.
People make up Twitter like handles to be characters of shows, and my brother was showing me like there's all the not Lord of the Rings. What's the one on HBO that everybody?
Game of Thrones. Yeah.
They're all Game of Thrones characters talking to each other via Twitter as the character, and it gets like super weird. We spent like an hour just reading through all of their conversations. Anyhow, I think they should just make the Amazon show off that. Just those terrible, weird, like, take my hand, my lady. Oh, yes, I'd go with you anywhere.
And they're like, we spent $250 million on the rights for this. Let's make sure we do it right. Nah, let's take a risk and do these funny tweets. This will get a return on that.
I mean, I just greenlighted that idea. So I think it's wonderful.
What's interesting about this is Amazon, obviously there's streaming wars, not only with Netflix and Disney has a major entry coming in 2019. They're spending huge dollars, and they obviously own Star Wars and Marvel, and they're developing new shows for those. And so we're gonna have to. So you have to now get the Disney streaming service, and now Hulu obviously is trying to double down on broadcast television content and stuff like that. Well, Amazon's been the forgotten player in all this. And so what I heard, what I was reading this week was like this major financial commitment that they're making is to make them like prestige and premium as well. They've been kind of dabbling, Right. And even though they got some critical acclaim.
Yeah, because I feel like the way they're doing it is just a bad model. It's like, hey, you want to watch an episode? $5. I'm like, no.
Well, Prime members get it for free.
Yeah, and they did some good stuff, like Transparent
was critically acclaimed, but like nobody thinks about Amazon when they're thinking about the streaming services,
right.
And then this is them making a major play. It's going to disrupt. It's just interesting to see how this is all going to shake out.
Yeah, it is the end of network television.
Hey, Amazon was the one where like if Germany won World War II, right? That was one of their
High Castle.
Yeah,
High Castle. That was one of theirs.
And they did Manchester by the Sea.
They've spent a lot of money. They just haven't had any success.
Right. They haven't had sorry for the reference, but their House of Cards moment where it breaks the network.
Yeah, or their Stranger Things, or they haven't had any breakout mass successes.
Yeah.
But at what point, because you bring up a good point with this, Cameron, at what point do the streaming services run into the same issue that cable providers are trying to solve right now, which is most people are paying for a lot more content than they actually want or need, right? So like, I enjoy having Netflix. I enjoy having Hulu, HBO Go, but I watch a very small percentage of the content. At what point does it get so, the bills get so specific, right? That it gets so impractical to have 15 different streaming services that are putting out content where I am just subscribing on a series base. Yeah. Like at what point do we get to that model where I get to pick,
a la carte.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the other thing too is just the financial industry. I mean, so you look at like broadcast television and cable, the financial burden of the production costs are borne by the advertisers. Yeah. We have to sit through commercials. And so therefore we could watch ABC for free if we wanted to, or cable you're paying for, I don't know why we're paying, but with these streaming services, there's no commercials. I mean, Hulu has it, but there's no commercials. And so the entirety of the costs are on us, so the consumer. So while streaming's, it's only $10 instead of cable being whatever, it's essentially Netflix is one channel moving forward. Yeah. Because all the channels are going to not be licensing their shows to Netflix because they're going to have their own plays, like Disney pulling out. Yep. And so all of a sudden we're going to be where we have to pay for every channel $10-15 a month, and we're going to long for the days of cable. Like back when it was only $50 or $70 for 150 channels, and now all of a sudden, it's like this road that we're going down is.
But they're going to have to figure out the pricing model. Like this was the cell phone industry years ago, right, where they were just able to charge whatever, and people were going to do it, and now they're realizing, okay, we're going to have to go cheaper and cheaper because people will go to like. Cricket or something. Yeah.
Well, honestly, one of the big factors in that pricing long term is probably going to be what happens with net neutrality, because there are factors at play other than just the business model, and that is how the federal government will choose to how much power they give to actually the broadband internet providers, even though they're not providing any of the content, right? Yeah. Like they're just providing wires that go into your house. But they, depending on your personal bandwidth usage and what sites you visit, they may be able to try to get a piece of the pie too, because all the content is being delivered via the internet. And so there's a person between you and the content, and they might want a chunk of the pie too.
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we're experiencing that at home. Like we canceled our cable and just kept the internet. And it's been like that for 6, 7, 8 months. And at least 3 times a month, they call me to try to get their cable again. They call me to try to get their streaming television service. And I'm like, I already stream my television. I stream it through my Roku, my Apple TV. They're, well, we got this streaming app that you could get. You get all your cable channels. I'm like, guys, I don't listen to me. I'm gonna say it slower. Right. Canceled the cable. But I think you're right. Like that internet service. Who knows? I can't watch anything unless I have their network. Their internet is like going to be like, well, if we're making this possible for everybody else, why don't we get a chunk of that? You're absolutely right.
Nathan, would you like to give us feedback on this segment now? Was it okay in improving of your ridiculous standards? Or was it like, how just generally, if you want to do the notes real time?
Real time. All right, well, listen, that'll do it for
Sorry,
in
buddy.
case you missed it.
This is what you get. I mean, this is part of it.
Stay tuned. Up next.
I'm America's sweetheart, but I'm also a terrible person. So
up next, Slices.
I wanna belong. I'm tired of being a stranger to myself. I wanna belong.
You're listening to Fife. The song is Belong. It's featuring Kimbra. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Phoenix with J-Boy. Well, this week's Slices segment is brought to you by Blue Apron. Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone.
Ooh, talk about it slowly because I'm a little bit hungry and I like this part of the show. Jesse?
Because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of each ingredient required for a recipe, they are reducing food waste. And you can choose from a variety of new recipes each week or let Blue Apron's culinary team surprise you. Recipes are not repeated within a year, so you'll never get bored.
They won't surprise you in person. They'll just surprise you with food.
They'll like jump out at you. The box is like on your front
Hey,
step.
we're the culinary team.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Here's
right.
when I started getting Blue Apron, what surprised me was like, I'm so used to like all the prepackaged food I buy. Like I was pulling out actual vegetables. Like, oh, this is like a cool, I don't even know what kind of vegetable this is. And they have these like colorful cards that come with it that tell you, that break down all the ingredients. Oh, this is what a squash looks like if it's not frozen and I put it in a microwave. Yeah. Like when they talk about fresh ingredients, literally actual produce comes in the box. And I'm a person that's intimidated by meals that have more than like 2 ingredients, milk and cereal, or cheese and deli
bread.
meat or something.
Yeah. Hot pocket and microwave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hot dog and bun. But these come with a lot of ingredients. But it's actually pretty easy. They lay it all out there. I would say this: even all of our listeners, I would assume, are literate. But even if you didn't, and you were just looking at the pictures, you could figure it out. They make it pretty easy for anyone.
You can check out this week's menu and get $30 off your first order with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/relevant. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so don't wait. That's blueapron.com/relevant. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right, I got one that I guess is a little controversial, but despite your political opinion, I feel like interesting and newsworthy. The game Cards Against Humanity has found another way to get themselves into the press. If you've ever played Cards Against Humanity, then you know that their slogan lives up to the premise of the game. It's a party game for horrible people, where essentially you get cards that end up saying either inappropriate or ridiculous or offensive or funny things when you combine them. They've previously done campaigns this type of year that have mocked consumerism of like Black Friday. Like they set up a website where the more money you give, the longer they will have a bulldozer dig a giant hole with no purpose. Then they would keep the hole digging as long as you would just randomly give them money. Yeah. They're essentially good at finding ways to troll current events and ideas in an effort to get their name in the press. So they recently took a cue from a lot of the political controversies and divisiveness and launched their Cards Against Humanity Save America campaign. Oh. And they are asking people to give $15. And for the next month, along with getting some sort of surprise from Cards Against Humanity, they'll unveil the next portion of their plan to save what they say will save America. So people started donating the $15. All the surprise packs sold out. And then they unveiled what they did with the first portion of the money. This is a quote from their first thing to save America. We have purchased a lot of vacant land on the border of the United States and Mexico and retained a law firm specializing in eminent domain to make it time-consuming and expensive as possible to have the border wall be completed. So essentially what they did is they bought a huge chunk of land on the United States-Mexico border so that the wall that the portions of the federal government are trying to build will have a huge gap in it.
I believe them that they did that. That's crazy.
Eminent domain, they can just take it.
Oh yeah, I used to listen to Neil Bortz.
That's why they've also retained eminent domain lawyers.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they can't. They'll fight, but
you don't know these lawyers, Cameron. Oh, they're intense.
Very intense.
Well, that's a thing about eminent domain. Like it is possible to fight. Like they'll probably end up losing. Because as the eminent domain insinuates, it's only a matter of time before the government, like if they want to take down your house and put up a highway or something, they can probably do it. But you also see those stories.
Although there is sometimes they lose, the city or whatever will lose, because that happened here in Orlando. They were building a new soccer stadium downtown, and the city had bought up all the land, and they were trying to do it to fair market and everything. And then there was this one seller who was trying to extort the city.
Yeah.
And so the city got into this public thing with the seller and was threatening eminent domain because this was a public works facility and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a church. And the church, the fair market value for the land was $1.5 million, the land and the building.
Yeah.
They offered the church $4.5 million. The church said they wanted $30 million.
Yikes.
And so after back and forth, all this public contention, they were threatening eminent domain, the city just moved the stadium down a block. And so there's this huge stadium and like lording over this little tiny church that stood its ground.
Literally, like the first time you glance at it, you think it's like a maintenance facility, and you're like, "Oh, that's someone's church." The other thing though with that church that is crazy to me is it's like, how are you guys like? Okay, they've lost the battle.
Yeah.
Why are they not selling parking spots?
Yeah.
Like all their parking and
Make money
hot
from it.
dogs.
Yeah.
Like you could be making so much money,
Yeah.
but they just do nothing.
But they got greedy with the sale price, and then the city was like, nah.
we're
Because
fine.
even eminent domain, you have to pay. I mean, like they can't just take it. They would give you a fair market price, and they were just trying to negotiate the fair market price with the church, and the church was being unreasonable.
Yeah, or 3 times the fair market price.
Yeah, they did. They offered 3 times it, and the
they still
church
said no.
20 times fair market.
Yikes.
Well, that's the one thing about Cards Against Humanity is no matter what happens with the border wall and eminent domain, they're not going to lose money on it because the government's going to end up, even
them.
if they take it, they're going to have to pay them for it.
Yeah, that's right.
But it is,
It's got a little publicity stunt, though. It's funny.
Clever.
Yeah,
Works
I
to
thought
get to the man. Yeah.
It is funny,
Make
and
a
they
little
are
money from the man at the same time.
Right.
They are masters of trolling. Like they have mastered this art, and in a way that like they're making in this one they're making more of a political statement, but it's something that like only like a group of like devious minds in a room would be like, hey, we can stop with the border wall by buying one vacant lot and getting a lot of attention for it. It's a brilliant marketing idea, no matter what you think of the politics of it.
Yep. Brilliant.
What does everyone think of the politics? Let's just go around the room. Yes or no on
That's
the wall?
a Red Couch podcast question.
That's right.
All right. What do you have, Prop?
Well, I have a sort of a cross section of 2 things I really love. One is the Lakers and Kobe Bryant, and then the other is chicken nuggets.
Oh, I see the connection
Yeah.
immediately.
You already see it.
Tell me.
So there was a young man out in Atlanta, had to be Atlanta because no one else would do this, named Robbie Calland, who decided he was going to outdo Kobe Bryant in eating chicken nuggets. And what he means by that is saying his goal tonight is to eat 82 nugs, which is 1 over Kobe's, right?
Kobe's high score in a game, right? 81.
Yeah, his highest scoring game was 81. So he's like, I'm going to get 82 nuggets. Granted, that's definitely not the same thing. One is a specimen.
I would argue, and not to interrupt, but I would argue that eating 81 chicken nuggets is more difficult than scoring 81 points in an NBA game.
Both pretty impressive, though.
Both impressive.
I guess they are both feats of human, the power of the human body, I guess.
Like one of them, I would stop and watch on a highlight. One of them, I'm like downright impressed that guy's alive still. Like one, like if it came out tomorrow that like, let's say KD got really hot and scored 81 points. I'm like, wow, did you guys hear about that? And I probably wouldn't think about it after that. I'm going to think about this guy for every time I eat nuggets. I'm going to be like, 82? I just ate 6 and I don't think I could eat. I don't think I could eat 2 more.
I mean, the human stomach is the size of your clenched fist.
Yeah.
I mean, so it can stretch, obviously,
Right.
but I mean,
But to 82 nuggets,
82
that guy had to have
nuggets,
been practicing.
that's a garbage bag.
Yeah. So he says he live tweeted it, which is great because I feel like the live tweet, it's not Periscope or live videos or anything like that, which kind of to me is awesome, but it kind of takes the fun out of like waiting for the next tweet, and like kind of getting involved in the conversation because the guy's doing it. So he said first, like he ate lunch at 10:30 in order to be best prepared for the 5 to 7 p.m. Limit. I feel strong and feel good. So in Atlanta, you can order all you can eat nuggets, right? Somebody was like, why don't you just order a platter? He's like, that's ridiculous. All you can eat nuggets are $12.99. If I just go there,
Brilliant.
give them the box, give them the box, they refill it, right? So he's posting pictures every time he gets it. He's counting down 12, 24, right? And then he's like 18 because they're boxes of 6, right? And then one time he was like, hey, I'm not cheating. He shows a picture. There's 7 of them in there, right? And fools are cheering him on, throwing in things. He's showing all the empty boxes. And he said, my favorite is like, when he goes, 42, slowing down, but still feeling all right. The meat sweats have arrived.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what is his body going through? I mean, what kind of night terrors does he have that night when he goes to bed?
Do they have doctors and stuff? That's like not good.
It's an almost lethal amount of poultry, is what you're saying.
Hey, I mean, if we can call chicken nuggets poultry.
Right. It's right on the edge, I believe, of what a human could possibly endure. Right.
But you know, the other thing is I love when people blatantly abuse promotions that are meant for that are actually kind of cool, like when 7-Eleven will have like bring your own cup and fill it up for a Slurpee for like $5 or whatever, and people are like bringing like 20-gallon paint buckets that are like painted like a Solo cup. Like someone will bring in a kiddie pool.
So Prab, what happened?
Kiddie pool.
So he says he's getting interviewed by kids are walking up, he's sipping things, and then he says he just hit 58. This is my favorite. I'm the real king of this here Nugget game, LeBron James. So he's just throwing shade. And then he's like 61. No asterisk necessary. 63. And I have slowed tremendously. 67. And then he's 69. Then he said that's his nicest nugget. Whack. And then he hits it. 82.
Wow.
And it was at that point that
hold that, Kobe.
Cohen walks up and hands him a note. And the note says,
Jesus will help you in this tough life.
It was very sweet.
What you're about to endure, you will need great strength for.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Put 82 chicken nuggets in your body.
But why is he trying to like call out professional basketball players?
It turns out the guy was a sports writer. So that's his essentially his paradigm for life is sports references. And I get it. But if you still love sports, you're like, well, what can I do? I can eat more nuggets than these suckers. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's and for under $13, which is the really impressive part.
Yeah. How much did Kobe spend with his trainer to be able to score 81 points in a game?
Yeah. And now they both have the same level of fame and prestige.
Yeah. Kobe has a handful of MVPs, gold medals, and NBA championships, but he will never have eaten 82 nuggets in one sitting.
Yeah. He lives overlooking the Pacific Ocean in the most beautiful stretch of land on PCH in Orange County.
But this guy has adult onset diabetes. So
instant diabetes. So very rare.
Meat sweats to diabetes.
What was his first name again, Prob?
His name's Robbie Caland.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace, Robbie.
I just ordered my Caland jersey. I put 82 as the number.
Nice.
You can do custom ones on the NBA.com.
That would be a pretty funny custom Lakers.
In Atlanta,
jersey for the Nuggets.
Yeah. Do a Hawks jersey, 82 Caland.
Chandler, you do one joke a year.
Jersey for the Nuggets.
But it was brilliant. Well done joke, Chandler.
A Denver jersey, Caland, 82. NBA.com, everybody. Go do it right now.
Really well done. I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks.
You've been Chandler.
He finally got one.
All right. What do you have, Eddie?
In a really strange kind of moment of unity, Jesse brings a marketing story.
Yeah.
Prop brings a chicken story. And I've got one that combines them both. A man named Mike Edgett. Mike Edgett tweeted last week what Mike called a genius discovery. He found out that Kentucky Fried Chicken, and this is a short little slice, Kentucky Fried Chicken on their Twitter account follows 11 people.
Yeah.
The 11 people are 5 Spice Girls and 6 guys named Herb.
Right.
Herb. That is
Brilliant.
11 herbs and spices.
Right.
Great joke.
Brilliant.
Great. It's amazing.
So he tweets out.
But no one had discovered it. It was just sitting there out there.
Just
as
sitting there.
An undiscovered punchline.
KFC, one of the great current marketers, just really crazy in the stuff that, not crazy in what they do, but just like really cutting edge comedy. And just strange at times. And
especially considering that their food is so terrible. Like the only thing keeping them afloat is these marketing campaigns. Because I made the mistake of getting.
I haven't had KFC in years. And I'm not talking about the weird things where they do like they took the buns off the sandwiches and they do fried chicken and all that. I'm talking about just a good old bucket of KFC. It's not good.
I vaguely remember the extra crispy being very good.
Dude,
No,
try again.
It's not taken from the one black guy on here.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to walk into this one.
All right.
I'm not
If
saying
we're
it's the
talking-
best chicken, but like
No,
It's
it is
barely
crunchy
edible. It is
water
barely edible.
that tastes
Crunchy
like
water.
chemicals.
Oh, that's not good.
yeah.
It's terrible.
Okay,
Listen,
okay.
there is a rule here of how you rate your fast food chicken.
Okay.
Number 1 is always Popeyes.
Yeah,
Number 2,
growing up,
yes.
growing up, my mom would always pick up Popeyes.
Never been.
Yeah, it's
Spicy.
Popeyes.
Popeyes
And then
spicy
number 2
is
is
what I grew up
Church's.
on. I never had KFC.
I've never been to Popeyes. That would be fun to go to someday.
Popeyes is,
You're a vegan.
is the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if Prop and I were going to go somewhere, I'd go.
You
I'd-
would lay it down for
I
a
would
day to
not
go
do
have-
that to you, bro. Like, those guys are vegan. Hey, you want to go get some Popeyes?
Yeah. Oh, so you'd respect me. That's nice of you.
Yes.
I had Bojangles once, and I got a headache almost instantly, like a very weird headache. It almost felt like I was seasick or something.
Prop, what is number, just real quickly, what's number 2 through 15 of your favorite chickens?
Man.
Okay.
I may have
let
I
you-
may have tried to pull the stereotype card a little too quickly. I can't answer those.
I'll let you think about that. But so KFC took note of Mike's amazing discovery, and instead of just, a retweet, thanks would have been enough.
They took note of it. It was their creation.
Right.
But notice that it went viral.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That someone noticed it. Yeah.
Right. They sent him a picture, which I will then begin to describe, but they sent a painting that KFC had a painting made of the guy, Mike, riding on the back of the Colonel, like pointing towards the sunset
Brilliant.
with a piece of chicken in his hand. Have you seen the picture?
No.
It's like a really
That's unbelievable.
It's like this great painting. I'll tweet out the article. This great painting, and they sent him 52 $5 KFC gift cards. Mike said he is hanging it, and he hung up the painting in his living room, and he cried tears of joy. Basically, KFC just
Tears of joy and grease.
Right, that's right.
Yeah,
So
and chicken
KFC
slime,
with their
yeah.
water chemical chicken just won the day.
I'm sorry. I barely heard anything you said. I can't stop thinking about the Nuggets jersey joke. That was so
It's just like
It was
there's
so perfect.
It was really lovely.
subtle. An 82 Nuggets jersey.
It's really funny.
Every once in a while, somebody says a joke in my presence that I'm like, why didn't I think of that?
All right. Well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Chad Veach joins us.
And Chandler, if you were ever going to quit the show, this would be your exact moment.
Yeah,
Because-
not a hideout. Good night, everybody.
Yeah,
Leave them wanting more, man.
Just walk
and
out.
everybody will be like, "Oh, remember Chandler? He always would just
So
bring
funny.
these home run jokes."
He did that one joke about the Nuggets, and then there was like
Remember
the
that other
laughing.
one? I just remember the Nugget one, but that was really good.
But that Nugget one was great.
Telling you, man. Yeah, he put all his eggs in that one basket, and boy, did it work.
Well done, Chandler.
I think I wanna buy you a house. I think I wanna share forever right now. And if the pain that comes stealing away, I hope you stay. And if the pain that comes, I hope you stay.
You're listening to Kid the Band. It's KYD. It's not like School of Rock or something. The song is American Dreamer. This week's feature interview is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a landing page, a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, or an online store, it's all included with your Squarespace website. Creating a site with Squarespace is easy. You can add and arrange your content and features with a click of a mouse. And they even make adding a domain to your site simple. If you sign up for a year, you'll receive a custom domain for free. You can design a best-in-class online store with Squarespace's award-winning templates, customizable settings, and more, all without a single plugin. They even have like invoicing and all the other stuff if you're doing e-commerce. And their customer support is awesome. Every member of the customer care team is an experienced Squarespace user working in a Squarespace office, so no matter how technical your problem or trivial seeming your question, one of their team is always online to assist you. I think you should do it. I use Squarespace. I've been using it for years, and it only gets better and better. It's easy, and you can also make really powerful websites as well. You can start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code RELEVANT to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, set your website apart. In his new book, Faith Forward Future, Chad Veach, the pastor of LA's ZOE Church, looks at why, despite someone's circumstances and the current social and political climate, we have reason to be hopeful, not cynical. We recently spoke with Chad about the book, the role technology can play in disillusionment, and why faith should help us all work toward a better future. Here is Chad Veach.
Well, tell me a little bit about, like, it's such a cool concept for a book for people that are just kind of being introduced to it. Tell me about Faith for Future. Like, how would you describe it to someone just kind of interested in what it's about?
I think the easy way to, simplify the book is to go like, stop holding on to your history at the expense of your destiny. So many people are holding on to their past and they're rehearsing things that I think God forgot about a long time ago. So they're punishing themselves for stuff that God's like, I don't remember. Like, I will remember your sins no more. So I think that what's great about God is like, I don't think God has a plan B for any of our lives. I don't think he's like on the fly going like, well, you messed that up, buddy. So now I got to change my plans. I just think God has a plan no matter what we do, no matter what our behavior or our sin or failure is. It doesn't change God's heart towards our life.
It's easy for people to become like cynical, and I feel like that's kind of, part of the message is to not fall into that. But for someone who's like, look, man, I'm really messed up and it's too late. Like, my situation is my situation. What would you say to them that they're really battling with cynicism?
Yeah, well, I don't think any of us can go too far out or too far away from God's grace. So I heard someone say this the other day, because, you see more of failure, and we're seeing it in culture again, all the stuff today with our Mr. Moore in Alabama. And, it seems like every day there's something, right? I heard someone say, God's view doesn't change the way he sees your life, but people's opinion, that's what changes.
Yeah.
And I think we hold so much weight on what man sees in their opinion. So we think, of course, well, God feels the same, but he doesn't. I don't think God, so it doesn't matter how far you've gone. Like God's going after Saul when he's like on his way to go to a Baptist church in Texas to take out Christians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like God stays faithful to Peter when Peter like denies him. So I just think it's hard for us to wrap our mind around the idea that in spite of how bad I am, God still loves me and has a plan for my life.
Dig into that a little too, because I feel like those two examples you gave are great. Because like let's say it was like Peter wasn't at a low point, or let's say Paul wasn't this like violent dude. It's like sometimes if things are just going okay, it's like, why I don't need God, like kind of dig into that for someone who's like just kind of they're floating,
Yeah.
Like you don't want to wait till something bad happens. So how do you get to that place if you're like, I could take it or leave it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's the majority of people. The majority of people aren't convinced that there's greatness on their life. I don't think a lot of people are feeling like, man, I'm just called to do these great things for God. Like that, no one sees themselves that way, and that's why I think you have to go to God. And once you kind of have a relationship with God, he starts to open up your eyes like, wow, I think I can actually make a difference in other people's lives, or God wants to do something in and through me. So I think that's where the whole Ephesians 3:20, which is something I talk about a lot, that idea that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above anything we ask, think, or imagine.
Yeah.
Because most people can't imagine or think, wow, God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things.
Yeah.
So I do think a lot of people are just going through the motions.
Yeah. The other thing that I feel like kind of holds a lot of people back is just what's happening in the world. Like, we're inundated with these headlines just every day. There's a tragedy, and there's such like vitriol on social media. And it's easy to just kind of get down to be like, man, I don't know. Like, I mean, you're a father too. I have kids. It's like, man, sometimes you get nervous about what kind of world they're going to kind of grow up to. How do you overcome that? Man, I'm nervous about the state of things.
Yeah, same. I think that's why now more than ever we need God. We got to wake up. We got to kind of go like, man, where's hope? In a hopeless society, where's hope? In a society that has so much torment and so much anger, where's peace? And so in a way, I think that's where the message of the gospel resonates so strong right now, is because people are looking for answers, and they are looking for some hiding place. And I think that's who God is. God is rest. He is safety. He is a protector. That's his nature. And that's why I think right now more than ever, people are looking. It's almost like we're experiencing a 9/11 all the time.
Yeah. When someone gets to that place of like despair, because you know, you read about, like, let's say one of these like mass shootings, and then you know, you start reading the personal stories, and it's like, man, because even for me, like, you're reading about some of these stories in Texas, and you're like, I've considered myself a pretty strong Christian, but sometimes you begin to question God a little bit. For someone that is like coming up with those questions, like, why would God allow something like this to happen?
Yeah.
What would your response be? Because I feel like that too is kind of at the core of being hopeful or falling into cynicism, is the nature of God himself.
You know, I think the way that I've chosen to look at it is, you know, like even with my daughter, you know, like why would God make you go through that? Or why did God do that? God did not do that. We live in a fallen universe.
Yeah.
We live in a society that has a sinful nature and free will. And I think that's why the hope of heaven is such a great idea of going like, there's no more sickness, there's no more sorrow, there's no more suffering. Like, that is our greater citizenship. And so I think right now we have an opportunity to get people's hopes up of a greater place. This world is not our home. We're citizens here.
I think the reason like a lot of people have trouble with the idea of like God's plan for their life is because they see it as like, it's almost like a straight line. And if they see they curve themselves off, they're like, well, maybe the plan is about a destination I'll eventually get to, but I'm out of the plan right now. Can you ever really be out of his plan?
Yeah, that's just it. We see plan as destination, geography, occupation. It's not.
Yeah.
The only way to discover God's plan is through following his son, Jesus. And as you follow, his plan unfolds. And so and that was one thing that became very evident, is like, the ultimate plan is just following his son.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus is the plan.
Yeah.
We think plan is like, you know, office with a, you know, corner view, or, you know, it's X amount of money, it's X amount of followers. God's plan is his son.
Yeah.
So that's why faith in Jesus to move forward. Jesus calls me out of my addiction, out of my cynicism, out of my failure, faith forward into my future. What is the future? None of us know. And the future could change. The plan is not doctor, lawyer, teacher, you know, pastor. It's not. That's the plan is in his son. And the adventure in that takes faith, it takes risk.
That was Chad Veach, probably one of the happiest people I know. Big smiles. All the Instagram pics, big smiles. He's like that in real life. Always a big old smile. Stay tuned. Up next, Rotten Tomato, Rotten Tomahto.
Feels in the path of the past storm. Emotions of the past got me transformed. You're back in the game, but summer's over. Warn me when the water's getting warmer. Can we take this night with the word I'm used to?
You're listening to Ryan Playground. The song is Folders. Okay, it is time for our game. I know nothing about this. It is called Rotten Tomato, Rotten Tomahto. Take it away, Jesse.
Yeah, it's a game where we read one line of a negative movie review and give you multiple choice selections to see if you know which movie it applies to.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so we have a listener joining us. Obviously, in the studio, we have Eddie Koffoltz in one corner.
Hey, it's nice to... What am I saying? I lost my words. Hello, I am a person.
Yeah, and joining us on the Skype line, one of our listeners, Jessica Harkins.
Hey, how's it going?
Jessica, don't we know each other?
Yeah, Eddie, I was on your team at IJM as an intern.
You were an intern at IJM.
I wasn't sure if you were going to remember me.
Oh,
but yeah.
I totally do. One time we all had a team dinner together and we gave her a tater tot and she seemed really appreciative of it. Very nice person.
That was all you gave her for dinner?
No, they were like
a single tater tot?
Yeah,
That's all they could afford.
That's how they treat the interns.
They were like gourmet tater tots. Yeah, I mean, granted, she had to go get the tater tot for us and then give us coffee. And
so where are you now, Jessica?
So I'm still in DC. I'm working at an organization called Community of Hope that assists the homeless with housing and healthcare.
So she's not a very good person.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Jessica's like pretty amazing, super smart. Really, she's just a good person.
What is it like working with
Thanks,
Eddie?
Eddie.
Let's have some real talk.
What's
here.
your what's your
the
high and
worst
your
Eddie
low?
story?
Yeah, what's your high and your low of working with Eddie?
So we used to
Start
have
with
these
the
like
low.
long team boring Skype phone calls, and Eddie was always like the funniest in terms of faces that he would make as other people were talking.
Oh yeah, because these things are
Just
terrible.
completely disrespectful.
Everybody on the team is really nice, but you're like, how could we even be in a meeting anymore? Like, it's so boring.
So he very disrespectful of coworkers. Check. What else? What
So
else
was that the high or the low?
That was a high, I think.
I think the low was the berating of her, just the constant
Yeah,
yelling.
all the time.
In the faces.
And the
Yeah.
faces,
Behind her back.
and the "you get me coffee." And
Yeah.
they're like, "No, it's not hot enough."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hard. We did not end well, but it's nice to have her back
Well,
on the
she's
show.
not on IJM. She's not there anymore.
Right.
Because of
No.
probably you.
Yeah, her exit interview had a lot to do with me.
Well, that's awesome. Where'd you go to school?
I'm at Eastern University right now getting my MBA, but I did my undergrad at Gordon College.
Wow.
You just make us all feel bad about ourselves.
Yeah, you're just a very
Oh, you're
smart.
brilliant.
All right, Jesse, any specific rules or can we get going?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. So first round, this is Eddie versus Jessica.
Again.
What do we... and so, Jesse, you're going to read the...
I will read one line from a rotten review,
Right.
and then give you a few selections of which movie you think it applies to.
Got it.
I
Okay, here we
understand.
go. All
Finally.
right, visitors can go first.
Oh, of
Jessica's
course.
up first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jessica, real quick, are you a big movie fan? Do you watch a lot of you go to the movies a lot?
I watch a lot of Netflix. I don't go to the movies a lot. My husband does. So if he listens to this, he's going to like be appalled at how awful. But I don't know. Maybe because it's Eddie, I'll do well. I don't know. We'll see.
Was hurtful.
Yeah, that's probably true, though. That's a good...
You had pink hair when we knew each other. Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica. So what you're basically, I'm going to translate that is Eddie has a terrible taste in movies.
No. What she's
and
saying
he
is,
watches
I
them.
don't know anything about movies. I don't ever go, but I'm probably better than Eddie. I probably
No, I'm
know more than
saying
they.
the terrible taste thing because he said Footloose.
That's
It's better
true.
than Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, that's
Which
true.
is just
She did
it's
call-
appalling. I
she
mean, we
did
don't
call you
have
out
to
on
like
Twitter about that.
we don't have to get into this, but it's objectively
Good,
wrong.
good. We won't. Jessica, your turn. Eddie,
But
please
isn't
be quiet.
Footloose clean and Dirty Dancing's dirty? Christian.
So maybe it's more
Hey guys,
of like
Footloose and Dirty Dancing. I wanted to call in and solve this for you guys. That's like comparing spaghetti and sushi. Like these are two different things here.
okay. Well, I want to get into this, but I feel like we've got a game to play.
Yeah, hey, Eddie. I will say, I will speak for listeners when you say I want to get into this. I don't. So, Jessica.
Jessica, I'm so sorry. I know that Jesse's probably not your favorite on the show, but unfortunately, he'll be leading this game, so we will acquiesce.
Jessica, a brazenly lazy sequel that dives headfirst to even more depressing depths than its predecessor. Is that a review for the recent release Daddy's Home 2, Grown Ups 2, Zoolander 2, or Paul Blart Mall Cop, which is not even a sequel, but it deserves to be on that list?
I believe it's Daddy's Home too because that just came out, I think.
Eddie, Jessica is up 1-0, my friend.
Yeah. Really good casting in that movie. Some interesting
Yeah.
choices.
By the way, Jesse, you could have included Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, which is an actual movie that came out in 2014.
Well, just
Which is a sequel.
real quick, as a reminder to everyone, Tyler Huckabee wrote this game.
Yeah, that's right.
Jesse would have included it. Tyler is, an
And I'm going to
understudy.
go ahead and reveal the running joke. Paul Blart Mall Cop is an option for every single question.
I see. I understand. Yes, I get jokes.
Okay, Eddie, I am now relatively certain there is a hell, and it is a darkened theater with no doors showing this movie on a loop for eternity.
Wow.
Is this Left Behind
It has to be
starring
Left
Kirk
Behind.
Cameron?
See? Has to be.
Is it Left Behind 2 Tribulation versus 4 starring Kirk Cameron? Is it Left Behind starring Nicolas Cage? Or is it Paul Blart Mall Cop?
It's got to be Left Behind with Nick Cage.
It has to
They
be.
wouldn't have. I don't even think they reviewed.
They would have
straight
reviewed
to VHS.
That's right.
You are correct.
Wow, 1-1.
Yes.
While Jessica and I are not equal, she is a better person. We are now tied.
But you use the word acquiesce. That was impressive.
I don't even know what it meant.
I know.
Chandler,
you blacked out for a second. I could
Chandler
see you got
texted
sweaty.
it to me. He said, "Say this word," and I just said it.
You got sweaty and blacked out. I saw it.
All right, Jessica. This movie is actively making the world a worse place to live. I am certain Michael Bay considers it his masterwork. He is right. God help us all. Is this a review for Transformers, Transformers Age of Extinction, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, or Paul Blart Mall Cop?
The last one, Revenge of the Fallen?
Well, the last one was actually Dark of the Moon.
Oh, that one.
I mean, really, your guess is as good as anyone's.
Jessica, you are unstoppable. You are correct.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
Jessica, for the purposes of this show, would it be possible to call you by one of your other well-known nicknames, which is just Jessie?
Yeah, you can call me that, but that would be confusing.
Yeah, I think it's funny that Jessie has a girl's name. So I'll call her Jessie.
Yeah. Hey, Eddie, another zinger. You're on fire today. Eddie, what was M. Night Shyamalan thinking? This isn't just bad. This is career-threateningly catastrophic.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that a review for The Happening, Lady in the Water, The Village, or Paul Blart Mall Cop?
I mean, career ending, which probably means it was like right after a good one. Could it be? I'll go Lady in the Water.
I'm sorry, that's The Happening.
Yeah, you said The Happening.
It's The
Good.
Happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
All right, it's 2-1.
2-1. All right.
Girl Jessie is up.
All right.
Burn. Excellent
Jessica.
burn, Cameron. Well-crafted burn.
The kind of entrancing train wreck that makes you long for behind-the-scenes tell-it-all to explain what exactly went so wrong. Is it Star Wars The Phantom Menace, The Emoji Movie, The Snowman, or you guessed it, Paul Blart Mall Cop?
I'm so tickled by this joke.
I'm going to go the Emoji Movie.
Ooh, I'm sorry. That did get terrible reviews, but that was actually a review for The Snowman.
The Snowman. I never even heard of it. Was that the horror movie?
Yeah, it was the one with Michael Fassbender and Val Kilmer.
But recent Val Kilmer, not like
exactly.
not like 90s quite
Not
a
like
get.
cool Iceman Val Kilmer.
No. Well past his prime.
Okay, all right, Eddie. Though Kirsten Dunst is a saving grace, it's awfully clunky, self-indulgent little heap of garbage. What a subtle dig at a movie. A self-indulgent little heap of garbage. Yeah. What a weird thing to say in a movie. Okay, is it Elizabethtown, Marie Antoinette, Bring It On? I'm not going to say it, but is it Paul Blart Mall Cop?
It's hard because I kind of want to. I think Elizabethtown was self-indulgent, but I think it was fairly well.
Who was the person?
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst.
And that's the other problem. I don't know if she was in all those movies, so I'm at a loss.
Well, she was in everything, but I will say she was not in Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Okay, so
she was in Bring It On, Marie Antoinette, and Elizabethtown.
Let's go.
But the whole self-indulgent thing, I think leans a certain way.
Towards Marie Antoinette, I believe. Jesse, Marie Antoinette, final answer.
The correct answer is Elizabethtown.
I should have gone with it.
I never saw it.
Yeah,
it
was not good.
It was a very Cameron Crowe movie.
Yeah.
Okay, a picture in which, honestly, this doesn't sound like a terrible review. This sounds like a movie I'd be interested in. A picture in which every single element conspires to make it feel like a movie you rented one lonely Saturday night back in 1987 and immediately regretted. Why are that has nothing to do with the plot of a movie, of like objectively reviewing it. It's just a mean dig, and I love it. Okay, is it Serendipity, starring John Cusack? Is it Hot Pursuit, the one with Reese Witherspoon and Sofia Vergara? Is it Crossroads, the Britney Spears film? Or is it Paul Blart Mall Cop, starring Kevin James?
Serendipity is my favorite movie. So
hey, I'm a fan too. I'm a sucker for that movie.
Love that movie.
Holds up.
I'm going to go Britney Spears. Crossroads.
Serendipity is your favorite movie?
Yeah.
It's good. It holds up. I watch it every year.
I'm sure. No, I'm fine with it being a good movie, but for a favorite movie.
Yeah. No, it's one of those
John Cusack, he's looking for the book all through New York City.
It's one of those 2 a.m. TBS is playing it on a Friday night sort of movies, and then it sucks you in, and then you're like, wow, I really enjoyed that.
Well, I'm sorry, neither of those is the right answer. The correct answer is Hot Pursuit, starring Reese Witherspoon and Sofia Vergara.
Oh, that's terrible. All right. This is the last one. She's up 2-1. You could tie it, and then we'll have a tiebreaker. But
all right, ready, Eddie?
Boy Eddie is up.
Eddie, is it?
Hold on.
Here's the review.
Hold on. I just had I just finished A Quiet Time and I'm ready. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, here's the review. Neither good enough to really cheer for or bad enough to really care about trashing it. It exists in that room temperature middle where nothing feels like it even matters. Another weirdly existential dig. It's the lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth thing.
Wow.
Is this film Eat, Pray, Love, starring Julia Roberts, Man of Steel, Pearl Harbor, the Ben Affleck one, or Paul Blart, Mall Cop?
So it's hard. This is the last one, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like
if you get it right, there'll be tiebreaker.
But the smart money is to say Paul Blart, Mall Cop.
Yeah, right. I was going to say one of them's got to be the answer.
But then spit it out or whatever seems like an Eat, Pray, Love kind of like little clever nod. What is the spirit telling me? I'm going to go Eat, Pray, Love.
The correct answer is Paul Blart.
Once again, I am not in tune.
Jessica, congratulations. How does it feel to take down Eddie, a man you had to watch on annoying Skype calls for hours on end?
It feels pretty good. It feels like the money I didn't make interning with IJM all paid off.
Yes.
Jessica, do you write movie reviews? Because with digs like that, you definitely should.
Yeah.
Like that was good.
And she basically stole a tater tot, and I'm sorry, but the truth is, if the truth's going to come out, I don't think we gave it to her. I think she took it, and it's hard. It was hard.
Y'all didn't pay her; she couldn't eat. She was like, "Please, may I have just one tater tot?" And y'all said no. She took it anyway.
If we're having an airing of grievances, madam, you owe me one tater tot.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, girl Jessie. It was you did a great job.
Good luck changing the world,
Eddie.
Good luck changing the world and being a better person than the rest of us,
and knowing more about movies than Eddie.
Yeah,
Love your show.
Really? Oh,
thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jessica.
Thank you. All right. All right. That'll do it for Rotten Tomato, Rotten Tomato. Stay tuned. Up next, your feedback. Listening to Mothers. The song is It Hurts Until It Doesn't, which is what my mother said when she spanked me. All right, it's time for your feedback. Last week, I don't know why we did this. If you remember, Jesse got out like the Rando app for weird questions to ask very important, thoughtful people.
That's right.
And instead of asking you for maybe question suggestions or something, which could have been clever and nice, what we actually literally asked you was 2 of the questions that Jesse found on the app. So last week's question of the week was, what would it be like to have magnetic fingers? And would you like to have a tail?
I wouldn't say that we fully jumped the shark, but using a rando app that we made fun of the whole time to then be the question of the week was
very
either
subtle,
genius
very
or
smart.
very.
It was
Very
like
wise.
the snake. So Eddie, what basically you're saying, the snake is eating his tail at this point when you really break it down.
right.
You guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. You also posted your replies at the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. You actually, somebody actually emailed me a reply that I then forwarded on because I forgot what the question was. All right, here's a few of our favorites.
Drew Krausen wrote, in the documentary film series X-Men, I can't read the whole thing. It was just like a lot of X-Men stuff, but good feedback.
Oh.
I can't get through it all.
I mean, was it about magnetic fingers? You just gonna leave us hanging?
Magneto is the tragic figure to me because I think that he has to wear an ugly hat to make his magnet work, and I think it would ruin a computer if you wanted to post cool puppy video to twitter.com. I'll be honest, I haven't exactly seen all the X-Men movies. I mean, really, it was an amazing amount of time to give feedback about magnetic fingers. Thank you, Drew.
So his issue was that X-Men do it well, but it would make buying stuff on Amazon difficult.
Yes. My issue also is I haven't seen X-Men.
Yes.
So I should have really watched the movie in order to read that feedback.
Magneto, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many X-Men movies are there?
Many.
Oh, who has time for that?
Hey, interesting fact about Professor X and Magneto is they're based on Martin and Malcolm X.
No way.
Really?
Yeah. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
No
But
way.
like sort
Sit
of
there and think about it.
like frenemies sort of type of deal.
Yeah, where they're both like attempting to correct a wrong in the world. They see a prejudice based on who they are as people, and they have different solutions for it. Magneto's like, forget it, they'll never accept us. We need to just take over. And then Martin is like, no, there's a way we can work in harmony with each other, but they're actually friends.
Wow.
Wow. You know, those first,
Black Twitter guys.
Not to get off topic, but those first X-Men movies, the before they kind of were just doing like the random character
The Ralph Reynolds ones.
Yeah, those deal a lot with racial allegory. I mean, that's basically, Magneto's in the character, the villain, Magneto's, his whole motivating factor, he keeps looking back on the number tattooed on his arm when he was in a concentration camp and the dangers of separating people because of how they were born.
Yeah.
Like that, it's those movies, even if you're not a comic book fan, they do have some really interesting and powerful allegories in them.
Yeah. And if you dig more into Magneto, you're like, he's really not that, like, he's not just like this like textbook supervillain that's just evil to his core. He's like, no, like, I'm a broken man looking to fix the world.
Yeah.
But like a lot of those X-Men movies that you're talking about and those like deeper meanings, so like X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, X-Men The Last Stand, those are all produced by Ralph Winter. Ralph Winter's a strong Christian. And so like those things are just dripping with allegory intentionally. I mean, it's not coincidental. He also produced Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and some others.
I take umbrage with a piece of feedback, and not with the person, but I really need to correct this person's thinking. Gregor. I'm sorry, Gregor. It's my fault. Gregor from Indiana University said, I think it'd be pretty cool to have magnetic fingers. Climb the Statue of Liberty on the outside. Problem with that, made of copper.
And even if it was made of steel or something.
Well, there's an iron frame that maybe you would be able to...
But think about it. That's like assuming that you could climb something because your fingers could stick to it. You still have your entire body weight that you have to move up the thing with your fingers.
You know what? I did not take that into account because even if I could hold myself, I mean, if I hang on a bar to try to do a pull-up, my hands just crumble.
That's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with climbing the Statue of Liberty because you have magnetic fingers.
But I think the assumption is
if you had. But he's saying who wrote that in? What was his name?
Gregor.
Maybe they're like a CrossFitter that is like has like a tremendous amount of upper body strength, and that would be no big deal.
He could probably just find the seams in the metal anyway and just kind of shimmy his way up like a rock climber.
I gotta tell
use those suction cup things. Those are pretty cool.
I'm looking at a picture of Gregor right now. He's got a Superman shirt on. Nice upper body strength.
Okay.
I think that Gregor maybe if he had magnetic fingers could climb a metal structure. It would not be the Statue of Liberty because of its metal makeup, but Gregor's strong guy.
Yeah. And the Statue of Liberty is shockingly smaller in person than you'd think.
Yeah. 4.5 feet tall. Nobody even knows it. Nobody even knows it. It's really, really strange.
It's like Spinal Tap with Stonehenge.
It's that Freedom Island or that island is.
Whatever that island is. Freedom Island.
Yeah, exactly. That's like 2 feet in diameter. It's very small. Island. It just looks, your depth perception's all off in New York City.
Yeah.
Jason Cole said he put this question to the test. He had a community group of college-age students and asked them, he opened it with, would it be fun to have a tail? And if so, what kind and why? Basically, I don't think he cared about the answers. He just wanted to see what the outcome would be. Because we also asked people, should we pursue this segment? Yeah. Should we have the world's foremost thinkers come on and tell us if they think it'd be cool to have on a tail? He says, he did this as an icebreaker. After answers ranging from lion to monkey to platypus to bunny to stingray, the ice was successfully broken. A big yes to the segment. See, people think a platypus is I hadn't even thought about that. You got a little paddle back there. You can do whatever. I'm glad Jason put it to the test in a real life scenario.
I hear a lot from like pastors and stuff, like they'll read something on the site or it'll show up as an illustration in their sermon or something. You know what I mean? I like to think though that now we are influencing community groups by giving them icebreaker questions.
Yeah, I think that we are leading community groups. I think through just some deep theological, spiritual discussion.
It's exciting.
Ben Brown, too, gave us a big thumbs up saying, please, please, please ask NT Wright if he would want to tell yes to this.
This is my favorite.
That's it. All right. Well, the people have spoken, or at least 3 of them.
A few people have spoken. I think a lot of people just stopped listening.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what? That was it.
Yeah. The snake's eating his tail.
They're not even trying to come up with content.
All right. That'll do it for last week's feedback. There's a lot more if you want to check it out. Here's this week's
editorial question of the week. Hey.
There's a whole range of things that happen here on the show. And last week's question of the week was at one far end of that spectrum. This week's question of the week would be on the other end.
Yeah,
it's called a pendulum swing.
Yeah, and Jesse did not have anything to do with this.
That's right.
question.
Eddie off mic came up with this question because he's a good person most of the time.
Once per show.
It's Thanksgiving season, and this has been a hard year for a lot of people. Controversial year, a lot of unrest in our country. It's just been tough. No matter where you fall on the political spectrum, it's been tough. There's been national tragedies. It's been a really hard year. We want to know for this week's question of the week something you're thankful for.
Yes.
Primarily, hopefully something that even happened this year and something that you're thankful for.
Yeah.
Every night when I'm putting my son to bed, I ask him, what's something from today you're thankful for? And it's just important, I think, to have a spirit of gratitude and be thinking of those things so as not to get overwhelmed with the negative. So it's perfect time to do that. It's Thanksgiving. And so we want to know something from this year that you're thankful for.
Yeah, we'll be recording a show next week right before Thanksgiving. We'll just talk about things that people are grateful for.
It'll be good.
It'll be nice
breath of fresh air.
Nice to hear that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And if you happen to have magnetized fingers and you're thankful for them, let us know. If you have some kind of physical anomaly and were born with a tail or received one surgically and you're thankful, we want to hear.
Really good at small talk, maybe.
Hit us, if you're really good at small talk, hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, or you can post your replies on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Something happened off mic that just kind of blew my mind. And I feel like we need to bring it onto the show.
I'm ready.
I couldn't figure out why. I was thinking about Chandler's Nuggets jersey joke. And I couldn't figure out why this guy who lives in Atlanta was randomly picking on Kobe Bryant's record of 81 points in a game by eating chicken nuggets. I couldn't connect the dots.
Right.
And then Prop informed us and reminded us that Kobe's game where he scored 81 points was against the Nuggets. And so this guy's eating nuggets to beat the Nuggets more than Kobe beat the Nuggets.
You think he's a Nuggets fan or just a pretty funny guy?
I think he's deeply funny. If he's still with us, I think he is a very funny guy.
He was a really funny guy until he got nugget poisoned. He nugget poisoned himself.
But isn't that funny? Like sticking it to the Nuggets more than Kobe did.
That is really funny.
That's another layer.
Yeah,
I mean that's really funny.
And he really
funny.
We really need to tweet that guy, and it just because I don't know if he knows that third layer.
Yeah, he's like Chandler funny.
He had to know. It's just he didn't communicate it well.
Right.
That this is why he's doing it because it seems so arbitrary to me.
Yeah.
But no, this is brilliant.
The dedication for one joke. I mean, it's really one joke. You know, he's like, no, I know. They're like, oh, that's funny. You're going to talk about how funny would it be if someone
Kobe scored 81 on the Nuggets. I scored 82 on the Nuggets.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, so that's the joke. You're talking about how funny it would be if someone did that. He's like, no, I'm going to go eat 82 nuggets and almost kill myself. That's how funny. That's how dedicated I am to
That's good. That's good.
That is pretty clever.
In 2006, Bryant scored a career high 81 points against the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, never mind. Prop was wrong. So this whole thing of respect for the guy in Atlanta out the window.
Or my Kobe history.
Maybe those nuggets were made of raptor meat that day. I don't know. That's the only way that would be impressive.
All right, so hit us up with your feedback about something from this year that you're thankful for. That'd be great. Many thanks to the show's sponsors for making the episode possible. Remember, you can visit SamaritansPurse.org/OCC to find a drop-off location near you for your Operation Christmas Child shoebox. Go do that. There's you got to do it fast, though. There's only another day or two in the drop-off week. Also, thanks to Blue Apron, you can check out this week's menu and get $30 off your first order with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/relevant. And Squarespace, you can start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code relevant to get 10% off your first purchase.
And P.S. Blue Apron, thanks for saving our friend Jesse, who knows what
Yes.
would have happened without
Like
Blue Apron.
he has had
Critical
a vegetable
produce.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to be all right.
Yeah.
It's not all just Hot Pockets and chicken nuggets.
The scurvy has abated, has lessened quite
now.
a bit
For now.
because of the fresh limes and lemons that you've been sending.
Yeah, for the first time, he's been downgraded from acute scurvy to very severe scurvy. And thank you.
Actually, his scoliosis straightened up too. It's really weird.
Really something.
I didn't know radishes could do that, but apparently,
I mean, you eat one piece of like something that was once green, and you'd be shocked at the good it will do for you.
yeah, he gained 3 inches in height because of Blue Apron.
Really something.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blue Apron.
Also, thanks to Chad Veach for joining us. You can follow him on Twitter at Chad C. Veach, and his book, Faith Forward Future, is out now.
3 Fs. I wonder if you thought
Lots
of
of
that.
alliteration.
Yep. I like people that are just blatant with alliteration. I'm
Just blatant alliterators.
not going to be afraid of it.
On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
Chandler String.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Propaganda.
We'll see you next week.
Picasso, Michelangelo, something about the juice you wear. Shiny, shiny bangers on your wrists. And at the masquerade ball, you're trapped in a vault in an empty aquarium. Suddenly you're out of the woods. Inside of an alley, you're out of words. Well, I thought it was radium at first.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Something that don't matter till I matter to you. They stole that money from a homeless girl. The truth, we're all to blame. Their lies and moral consequences. We studied at the end of a line to end up giving up to a couple of kids. When you taught me to let you go.
And if you happen to have magnetized fingers and you're thankful for them, let us know.